guys, welcome to another episode of Ask Rachel. I know a lot of you are getting impatient because I haven't gotten to your questions yet. I have over 106 questions to get to, so it might take a little while. I am trying to go from first come, first serve, I guess you can say, or the first ones I get are the ones I get to first. So please be patient. Okay, let's go ahead and get right to it. First up is Nicholas L. Says, are you going to play Dark Souls? If yes, why? And did you play Demon Souls as well? I have not played either. I played, let's see, Demon Souls came out first, right? No, Dark Souls came out first. I don't know. It's so confusing. But no, I keep meaning to because it's like one of the top games you guys keep recommending to me. I just haven't had the chance to yet. And I did play the one, whatever the second one's going to be. I did play it at E3 and it looked really cool. But I still just haven't had time. No, now that I think about it, Demon Souls came first, right? Oh god, it doesn't matter. Either way, I haven't played either one yet. But I'm going to, just don't know when. Next up is Hayden, and he says, recently I started hearing a lot of hype about this thing called real life and the outside. With your wisdom, Rachel, can you please tell me what the hell it is? It sounds scary. But no, it is very scary. But his actual question is, there are so many games who constantly shout and scream that graphics don't matter. Oh, gamers. I disagree. I think the art style and overall graphical stability of a game makes it 10 times better. Honestly, I don't think graphics matter. I do agree that the art style and graphic stability definitely makes a game better, but the artistic style and the graphic stability doesn't mean that graphics are like the most important thing. I want a game to look good. Deadly Premonition looked like shit, and that made the game a lot worse, but the game was going to be bad no matter what the graphics are. I don't mind playing a game that doesn't look like a 10, that maybe looks like a 7 or 8, and as long as the gameplay is so good, the acting and the story is fun, then I really don't care that the graphics aren't the best. I've seen tons of games that have great graphics, but then the story and the gameplay suck. I don't think graphics make a game good. It's more just like icing on a cake. The cake is already really, really good, but you add the icing and it makes it a little bit better. But I don't like judging games solely on the graphics because it's kind of like, it's also like dating. You might want to date the hot chick, but if you start dating her and you find out that she has no interest in anything you like, she's a complete idiot, and she's a bitch, it kind of makes the prettiness not as cool. But if you find a really cool chick that likes the same things you do, and she's really cool and nice, and she's pretty, then it's like Uncharted. It's a total package. Just not many games are total packages. Kyle R. says, I know you're a big fan of Gears of War, and I'm just wondering if you've ever read the Gears of War novel comics. I've only read the novels and I love them. No, unfortunately I haven't. I do want to get more into the video game graphic novels. I've just found that some of the past ones I've read just aren't very good. And just because they're based on a game I really like, doesn't mean I can really get into them. So, no, I haven't read the Gears of War's ones. Have any of you guys out there read it, and would you suggest them to me? Then we have Spinzig, who's got a few questions. Do you think it's time they brought out a fun FPS? Like Modern Warfare and Battlefield, they have the cool guns and instructions, but none of the creativity. I love, one of my favorite FPSs of all time is one that I think is extremely creative, and that is Time Splitter's Future Perfect. One of my all-time favorite FPSs, hands down, love that game. And I would love more creative, silly FPSs. I mean, there's also games like we don't think of as FPSs, like BioShock, which is really, really good. But if you're talking about just, a multiplayer style shooter, then I would like to see more games like Time Splitters. I know there's been the one that they've been talking about for God knows how long. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I'd love to see a more kind of creative style to the FPS multiplayer gameplay. His second question is, I think iJustine is a legit gamer, just not an expert. I heard you don't like her. What's your full opinion? Phone. Where did you ever hear I didn't like her? I think she's awesome. I haven't watched any of her gaming stuff, honestly, but when it comes to gadgets and tech, the girl knows what she's talking about. I'm definitely not one of those chicks that dislike anybody. Let me put this on silent. That dislikes any chick that's in my industry. Like all of a sudden, oh, there's a pretty girl talking about video games, I must hate her. I'm so not like that. In fact, when I find a girl that actually knows her shit when it comes to either gaming or tech or anything like that, I have more respect for her. Um, Even if people might say, a girl on the scene is competition. I'm not saying iJustine's competition because she is way above me. It's ridiculous. So actually, I'm no competition to her. She's like so above me as far as just being so well known. But when a new chick comes on the scene and she's like, I'm blonde and I like video games, I'm not going to dislike her. In fact, I probably will try to reach out to her to see if she wants to work with me on something. So I have no problem with iJustine. I've never spoken any negative about her, so I'm not quite sure where you got that. But as far as, again, I've never watched any of her gaming stuff, but as far as her tech knowledge and gadget knowledge, the girl, she knows what's up. So I have respect for her. Spinzig's last question is, do you like Minecraft? No, I find it extremely boring. Last question of the day is Charlie F. Did you ever play Phoenix Wright games on DS? If so, what are your thoughts on them? I played the first one, and maybe about an hour into it, I got bored with it, so I haven't played any others. I mean, it's the same game over and over and over again. There's really no that much creativity to it. There's no, I don't know, it's just kind of the same thing over and over again. So I really kind of stopped playing it soon after, and I haven't played any of the newer ones. I prefer Professor Layton by a long shot. Well, guys, that is it for this episode of Ask Rachel. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I am trying to get to all your questions. It's taken me a while because I get so many of them. But if you have a question you want to see on the show, make sure you email me at rachelmoore@gmail.com and put Ask Rachel in the subject line. Oh, and the question I get the most is, what are my gamer tags? On both Xbox and PSN, I am just Rachel. So you can look me up on there. As always, thanks for watching.